Maresca and Chelsea have parted ways, according to Fabrizio Romano. There's only one stance I can take, and that is Blueco out. You've literally left me no other position to take. I have no words. I have no words for this. I can't even get the words out of my mouth for what you have done today. You have sacked your own yes man until he couldn't yes any longer.
Hey, Chelsea, this New Year's Day. Happy New Year. What are your thoughts about this? It's been confirmed. They're saying it's mutual consent, but ultimately, it's a sacking, isn't it? Enzo Maresca has been rumoured to be talking to Manchester City. There is a breakdown in communication, in authority with the manager and the way that Chelsea are run. And as we know, Chelsea are a club that do not mess around. So what are your thoughts on this? Look, I think that there will be Chelsea fans out there that are quite happy about this. I think there's, we do live in that world. As a Man United fan, we see it at United. Long before we were, drawing games to Wolves, there's been a pressure on Amrim. There's been a pressure on Chelsea. And
welcome to the Job Center. Chelsea Football Club and Enzo Maresca have mutually terminated their contract together, whatever that means, man. Maresca is no longer the Chelsea coach. Honestly, shouldn't come as a shock to anybody. It's been the worst kept secret in football over the last 7 or so days. Chelsea, from the moment Maresca came out after the Everton game and said it's been the worst 48 hours for me at the football club and started questioning the ownership, this was only really going to go one way, because in any walk of life, like, rightly or wrongly, the minute you start questioning or critiquing the people who pay your salary, brother, you're in trouble. Now, question is this the right decision? If we ignore the bit about him speaking against the ownership, which ultimately gets anyone sacked, and just look at the job he's done at Chelsea and whether he deserved more, I think it's unquestionable, in my opinion, that Enzo Maresca deserved much more. Much more. No matter what you think of Maresca, whether you think he's a good manager, whether you think he's an average manager, whether you think he's done a great job at Chelsea, whether you think he's done an average job at Chelsea, this is bigger than Enzo Maresca.
Especially with this kind of news. Especially with Romano coming out last night saying that Chelsea, Enzo Maresca, the situation is starting to become tense. It's starting to become complicated. Something might happen. Not next month, which is what the initial reports were. Not next season, which is what some of the initial reports were. But no, the next 24 hours. And then Matt Law came out this morning. Someone who is pretty much reliable when it comes to Chelsea said that Enzo Maresca is set to leave Chelsea today. I can't lie. We've seen the reports. I'm not gonna start acting like I knew this was gonna happen. We've seen the reports of the past month that the relationship between Chelsea and Enzo Maresca is starting to fade away. It's not as good as what it was when he first initially joined. But let's understand.
The big news is Chelsea and Enzo Maresca have parted ways on New Year's Day. On New Year's Day. Happy New Year. Can we leave each other? On New Year's Day, which is absolutely crazy. First day of the year, Chelsea and Enzo Maresca have parted ways. And there's some saying that he's been sacked. There's some saying that it was a mutual agreement. But it's all coming out. So much things are starting to leak. And I think that the Chelsea hierarchy are starting to feed to the media what has gone on. Now, we're going to talk about what's happened. We're going to talk about if it was the right decision, if it was the wrong decision. But all I know is that the fallout from this is going to be incredible. But Chelsea are trying to move very quickly. Chelsea are trying to get this done ASAP. They're not trying to waste time.
Wow. Who would have thought on the 1st of January, a new year, new blessings, new start, but it's a new era for Chelsea Football Club. Maresca and Chelsea part ways. He's gone. Maresca leaves Chelsea Football Club before them dodgy owners, before Wiz Stanley, before the dodgy recruitment, before Egbali. Maresca leaves. And you know what? Fair play, man. He leaves with dignity, respect, with self-respect, with a man that does not compromise, with a man that said, yo, enough is enough.